football is in shambles and it seems like the ones heading it are responsible for it. In a huge blow for the Indian football community, FIFA banned the All India Football Federation due to third-party interference. An official statement released by FIFA said the Bureau of the FIFA Council has unanimously decided to suspend the All India Football Federation with immediate effect due to undue influence from third parties, which constitutes a serious violation of the FIFA statutes. But what led to FIFA banning AIFF? Let us find out. FIFA led to India losing their rights of hosting the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup 2022, which was scheduled to take place between October 11 to 30th, 2022. The episode of AIFF getting banned by FIFA was a simmering issue. In fact, it was mandated to frame the AIFF constitution in line with the National Sports Code and Conduct elections that was pending for 18 months. FIFA has said that two main concerns need to be addressed in order for the ban to be lifted. First, that the mandate of the COA would be repealed in full. On the other hand, the AIFF administration will be in charge of its day-to-day running like before. Supreme Court verdict forces AIFF chief Praful Patel and his executive committee to step down. SC also appoints a three-member committee of administrators headed by former top court judge A.R. Dave, former CEC S.Y. Qureshi and ex-Indian football team captain Bhaskar Ganguly. The COA member S.Y. Qureshi says a newly elected body of the AIFF should be in place by September end and a modified constitution will be submitted to the Supreme Court by July 15. Right after, the COA and members of some affiliated units meet to discuss the way forward on holding the long pending elections of the National Federation at the earliest. Right after this, the first round of talks between the visiting FIFA AFC team and COA running the affairs of Indian football goes off well. What follows is the visiting FIFA AFC team sets and asks the stakeholders to get the constitution approved by July 31st and conduct elections by September 15th. Then the COA sends final draft constitution of AIFF to FIFA. The COA submits AIFF draft constitution to Supreme Court for its approval. Right after that, what follows is the state associations represented by a 7-member panel had written to the FIFA that several clauses of the final draft are discriminatory and illogical. Supreme Court then endorses the need to expedite the elections to the AIFF. Right after, FIFA recommends AIFF to have 25% eminent player representation in its executive committee as co-opted members instead of the 50% stipulated in the draft constitution by COA. A Supreme Court bench of Justices D.Y. Chandrachud and Surya Kant say it will hear the modalities for holding the elections on August 3rd. Right after, Supreme Court directs AIFF Executive Committee to expeditiously hold elections as per the schedule proposed by the COA, which is currently running the affairs of the National Federation. What follows is that the top court said that the Electoral College for the Executive Committee of AIFF would have representatives from 36 state associations and 36 representatives of eminent football players. Now, the Supreme Court approves the COA timeline for AIFF elections. Polls to be held on August 28th and the poll process will start on August 13th. But the FIFA threatens to suspend the AIFF and strip off its right to host the Women's Under-17 World Cup in October due to a third-party influence. But in response, the COA assures FIFA that it's on course to set the AIFF. In a twist, the COA files a contempt petition against ousted AIFF President Praful Patel for interfering with the proceedings of the Supreme Court. What follows next is the Supreme Court warns the state units of exercising its authority if ousted AIFF Chief Praful Patel attends its meetings and interferes with the administration of justice. The AIFF then includes 36 eminent players, including Baichung Bhutia and I.M. Vijayan in the list of voters comprising the Electoral College for the General Body's elections, which are to be held on August 28th. But a big blow as FIFA bans All India Football Federation due to third-party interference. Now, the news of the ban got various reactions, including from former Indian football captain Baichung Bhutia, who called the ban harsh but said it was needed to get the sports system right. On the other hand, Praful Patel is yet to react to the entire episode.
And Shravan, that is the question to ask, because here we are seeing very shocking words that are being given by Praful Patel in a letter that is put before the Supreme Court to FIFA. On the basis, we believe, of such kind of knowledge, FIFA goes ahead and bans Indian Federation from hosting the All India World Cup. And I also want to add just one thing. This is not we who are saying it. I want to give our viewers the exact words of the All India Federation that has gone on record to say that we are surprised with the way this is happening, and it is not us, but we also want to say, they're saying that do not listen to people when they've profited from this game for the past 16 years and they are now going ahead and becoming detractors at the cost of the sport.
The Supreme Court deferred the hearing of the case to August 22, 2022 and stated that the centre is in discussion with FIFA over holding of the Under-17 Women's World Cup 2022 in India. After AIFF was suspended by FIFA, Gokulam Kerala Football Club's women's team members were left stranded in Uzbekistan. They were not allowed to participate in AFC Women's Club Championship. AIFF was suspended by FIFA, Gokulam Kerala Football Club's women's team members were left stranded in Uzbekistan. They were not allowed to participate in AFC Women's Club Championship. The club wrote to Prime Minister Narendra Modi seeking intervention. "We have been declared ineligible for no fault of ours," it said, adding that players train for 60 days to prepare for the tournament. The ban is not only an embarrassment for the world of Indian sports, but also snatches opportunities of highly talented athletes who are looking forward to represent the country. With the centre now stepping in, one can only wait and watch to see how soon the ban will be overturned.